Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the channel once again. Welcome to the delayed flight. We start like this today, and here is our plane, or here if you prefer, but no, we use this camera now. The cinematic views, which are so wonderful in Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we use the external camera. We will start like this, and first of all we must find a nice point of view. By the way, someone is landing, but I cannot follow him because I'm on lock mode, okay? So this is our plane. We want to turn. We said that from external cameras we don't have any access to the controls unless if we press C on the keyboard. So if we are here, for instance, I release the parking brake. This time it works. We said that parking brakes is Control Del. Engines are running, don't worry, we will not delay here a lot. Control Del, and we see that we release the parking brake. Alt 1 is the first saved camera, but we don't want this one, we want the external, this one, which is locked. I repeat, this is important if it is in lock mode or in follow mode or just in a free mode. So in order to have access to the controls, we said that we press C and on the keyboard, and that is exactly what I do now. So I press C, okay, a little bit throttle, and also we press the brakes. I repeat, we are on lock mode. Yes, indeed, if we go inside the cockpit, we turn. In order to change from cockpit view to external camera view, which as I said is the lock mode, we press insert, and here it is. I think there is no question what kind of plane we took, isn't it? You saw it. So here it is. I want to bring the plane closer to me. Now I can turn the plane left and right with the joystick. Yes, I don't see the speed, but it is okay, it is just fine. I can see the speed only if I'm here inside. Okay, so we continue. Yes, these camera views, I want you to learn a little bit because they are really so wonderful. And that was something new that I found. Pressing C, we have control to the plane, and pressing C once again, we only have control to the camera views. We can rotate the camera. And actually we go to the runway. This point of view here. And we are leaving from Hyderabad actually. Insert. Here it is. Which runway? I'm not sure if it is 90. I think it is 90. Here is the external camera. And our new wonderful 767. So we go to the runway, and I'm very glad that no one disturbed us so far. We follow the plane because we use the lock mode. Okay. So in order to start a clip, something cinematic, all these wonderful landings and takeoffs and views from the airports, first you select the correct point. I said it is important to know how to navigate in space and time. Here it is. Can magnify maybe a little bit more. So like this we gained a little bit time because okay, I want to believe that you know how to start up the engines, either of 767 or of another Boeing, except the 737, okay? So here it is, runway 27. And we will line up with the runway. And now we don't need any more drone camera. Yes, we will start some lessons about rotation. I don't have to worry, my parking brakes are set. So here we are. And also this time, because I don't care that much about the flight plan, you see, I mean the rotation. We rotate with A, R, D, R, F and so on. We will record a cinematic view with our takeoff. Please stay tuned, because after the departure I will explain to you the reasons why we use this brand new livery and we don't use a livery of an airliner this time. This is a brand new plane that just came out from the factory, from Boeing factory. But it doesn't belong to any company, and I think it is clear that it is not the 747, the default one in the game, but it is the 767, isn't it? The cockpit is different, of course, and it is a different plane. Before we take off, we said all those things again. You must have a reference point. And usually a reference point is something inside the cockpit, let's say something like this. You see, for instance, here the notes of the pilot is a reference point. You always have a reference point in order not to veer off the runway. So we know exactly where is this middle line here. This is quite important. I have a comment. I have asked lots of times other simmers to explain to me a few things. You know, there are lots of clips with plane spotting, and lots of times I asked about the things that I'm showing to you right here and now. How you change the camera view, how you put the plane in the center, how you follow the plane, how you lock the plane, such things. No one answered. No one answered. No, here we don't have such tactics, because this channel belongs to the spectators, no matter if they leave early during a clip. And I will show you something new that to me it was quite fascinating, and I just found yesterday following a tutorial, and I found it by coincidence because actually it was a tutorial about the cameras in general, not the cinematic views. So that was extremely interesting. F5 and F6. Always when I wanted to change camera or to change the speed of camera, and that is what we are talking about right now, okay? I was going here to the camera and then I was changing the speed. let's say the drone camera, I was trying to have it something, if I wanted to move fast, to 100, to 150. If I wanted to move slowly, 5. Now actually I stopped totally. I cannot move. I want to move S, I go back, and at the same time I press now F6. Have a look. I keep pressing S, you see, and at the same time I press F6, you see. I release now F6. It is like a throttle. To release the throttle, to go slower, F5, continuously, you see, F6. You see how fast now I can move? F5. You see? So I don't have each time to go here. Now I want to go forward. So W, W, and at the same time, both press together, F6. Here, I release it. Consider it a throttle. F5, continuously, isn't it? You see I stopped, F6. Slower, F5. Faster, I keep pressing W, isn't it? F6, faster. F6, faster. F6, faster, I release it. Slower, F5. F5, F5, I release. And I keep pressing WOS. And of course the same you can do with AD. WS is forward, backward, and AD is left, right. Those things you must know. This, if you want to make some beautiful clips with cinematics, I think you must know such things. And so I gain some time because I don't have to go here each time. And also have in mind that if you change the camera, so if you go to the cockpit camera view, or if you go to another external camera view, unfortunately the camera speed, which is actually the drone speed, is reset to 30. So every time again and again. That was quite helpful. F forward. I want to increase my speed. What do I press together with W, which is forward? F6. Okay, good. I release it. Okay. So let's say that I found this particular point. What do we do now? We go inside the cockpit and we just record. Which means that I must bring the flight recorder. Okay, I will do it. I don't know if it will appear on screen or not. But so there is nothing absolutely to do. And this is the point somehow. No autopilot, no nothing. We just leave. This is our priority right now, just to leave from the airport. Okay, 95 so, no toga mode. We use the reference guidance of the notes of the pilot, the middle. 95, flaps set to 15. V1. Sometimes you just don't hear it. Okay, 140, I think it is enough. Rotate, slightly rotate. Positive rate of climb. Gear is up. Let me try something new. I will try to... I will try a more aggressive profile. I mean, we climb. This is steep right now. Okay. I record. I suppose I started recording, isn't it? Oh my god. I didn't start recording. See now. This is... Okay, I know this is more than ridiculous, but I forgot to record. I forgot to record. I mean, I'm so stupid, I forgot to record. So what we do? We go back to land. It is that simple. Sorry for any inconvenience. We just go back to land. I mean, my apologies. We just go back to land. I'm sorry. Yes, why not? And we can also record the landing. Why not? I record the landing. This time I didn't forget. Quickly a little bit. Okay. Okay. A little bit I'm more lined up with the other runway. And speed brakes also. Speed is high. $200. Please, my apologies. I mean, I forgot to record. It is okay. We will exercise. Speed retracted. Consider it an emergency landing just after takeoff. Our rate of descent is quite high. Okay, okay. 180. Again, speed brakes. Second time speed brakes. Speed brakes retracted. Not the best lined up, not the best. The dreadful floating. Reverse thrust. Full flaps. Brakes. Not that bad finally, not that bad. And I recorded this one. Anyhow, it is the same procedure. I mean, we will have a cinematic of the emergency landing. Let us name it an emergency landing. Unfortunately. Okay, I will. This is a little bit funny. I mean, this is really funny. Please, my apologies. Okay, I forgot to record and I returned back. But anyhow, it is good training to know how to land if something happens, isn't it? Let us suppose that you have an engine failure. Let us suppose that you have a hydraulic pressure failure. You have an electrical failure. You have any kind of failure. You have a bird strike and you have to return back to the airport. This is what you will do. This is what you must be capable to do, okay? So, once again, my apologies. Yeah, it is not the first time that I forget to record. I'm quite interested to see, quite curious to see. I think it was just perfection, this thing. Forget the rate of descent now. Touchdown is important. Because we were very well lined up. I think that was just perfect. Or am I wrong? Let's have a look. Yes, excellent. Yes, 150. I mean, this is okay. It is perfection, of course it is. Yes, let me see again. Without hesitation, we took the decision to return to the airport, and it was just a very good landing. Have a look. 165, exactly. Exactly 165. Anyhow, this is not the point right now. Right now we're talking about the cinematic cameras, isn't it? Okay, this is quite interesting because if you remember, we set the external camera in lock mode. So the truth is, okay, you see it is the other runway because we use the other runway, but still the camera is locked on the plane. So like this, we just have a look, let's say, at our landing, which, okay, it was just an excellent one. It was just an excellent one. With minus and plus, I bring the aeroplane closer, I magnify the lens. And also it would be interesting to show you something like this. If I manage a little bit faster. Okay, somewhere here, let's say. Yes, this is just fine. Have a look now, here. Now I'm in the middle of the runway where we landed, isn't it? So have a look. I can even go a little bit forward. Just like this. Yeah, this is perfection. Yeah, this is really something nice. We use exactly the same principles, isn't it? Let us have another look from the middle of the runway. Yes, we use exactly the same principles. Here it is. Now again I found the correct reference point on the runway, and we will have another spectacular look. It is a little bit closer to the plane. Have a look here now. That is exactly what I wanted to do. Yeah, this is something nice, isn't it? Minus plus on the numpad, I magnify. And for instance, let us say that I want to have a look from left or right. I just change my position. For instance, I go here. Okay. And if I go back, this is another perspective. Uncountable perspectives. So from here, this is the point of view right now. Have a look. Magnify with numpad minus and plus.
Clear to land runway 27 right, Italy 7214.
Touchdown, something like this. Okay, let us not insist on this. I will not save this replay. I press stop replay and I continue. Yes, don't save. So I have the control of the plane again. Excuse me. For instance, okay, wait a little bit. Let me put the parking brakes here. I want you to understand the logic behind all this and behind creating cinematics. I have said lots of times that the simulator consists of three things: the planes, the scenery, and the airports, isn't it? Which means all together W. At the same time I press F6 to increase my speed. It is the locked camera. Okay. Okay. Now it is locked in front of the plane. S behind, D, S. And actually this is where we started from, if you think about it, isn't it? S. And now, for instance, I return to the cockpit. Okay, Control Del. I have the control of the plane. And here is the new cinematic locked view. Insert. Here it is. You see? I think there will be no flight. I mean, I think this will be a full tutorial about an introduction to cinematic views, and definitely we will continue from one of the two runways, 27 left or right. I think, yes. You see how nice? Insert. Back to the cockpit. Insert. Back to the cockpit. And okay, I just line up with the runway. Have a look. You see. Insert, and insert brings the locked view, the lock mode, and insert again brings back the cockpit view. So for instance here, yes, I can also use this view, which is all around, isn't it? Reverse thrust. I think it was quite interesting, those things. Please let me know if you have any questions. Reverse thrust. And I will just line up, and I think I will stop the clip right here. Just due to a mistake, I think it was finally quite interesting. And definitely we will continue from Hyderabad. Have a look. You see. And maybe I will save exactly this time. I will save a short clip. There is a tutorial about, if we consider it, let's say it could have been a crash. I will line up, I will stop, and I will just save, continue later to our destination, but not now. You see, all this time we use the locked mode. All this time our camera is on the lock mode. And actually I still have the point of reference of the pilot's notes in the center, if you notice. So I don't know if you see the flight recorder. I press record, I press stop recording, I press save, take off, and I save this clip. Let us have a look. If for instance I change my position, because now I can change my position, isn't it? For instance, let us, to see if it really works, let us go somewhere here. It is not important. To see if it is really saved or not. Of course it is saved. Okay, I stop here. I changed my position. I go here and I press load and I press take off. Replay. Yeah, you see just fine. Here it is. So it is saved, okay. I can close. This is all for now. This is all for now. Out of nowhere, I think that this clip was finally quite interesting, and definitely we will continue from one of the two runways, and probably it will be 27 left. Thank you for watching this clip, and hope to see you soon to the next one. Bye for now.